What's up? What's up? How y'all bees? Welcome to Power Up Lunch and Learn. I'm Kerry Woods with Maryland House Pros, and we have a special guest for you today. But before we got my business partner right here, the one to make all this happen. So how can I forget you? Tell them who you are, what you do.
I'm Harriet Golden One. I'm realtor, broker. I Golden One Realty and Concierge. And we're excited. He's super excited because we have Noble Davis, and we're going to let you introduce him because you can introduce him.
Noble Davis, man.
Deserves.
This guy here, like, guys, I'm talking real estate. Like, just like I know the residential side. Noble is a commercial real estate agent, and he's a real estate agent, and he's a real estate investor. I mean, he's all around. But when it comes to commercial real estate, hands down the best in the business. Hands down the best in the business. So it's everything that I get on the commercial side, I refer to Noble. I mean, I know this guy for over 10 years. His integrity level is impeccable. His reputation is impeccable. And some of the connections he have in the business, it can't be reached. So I'm telling you, he's the best of the best. And probably you might want to get to know him now before, everybody realize that this guy is out here because he's going to be unavailable pretty soon in the future.
I'm always available. We'll find some time.
No, go ahead and introduce yourself, people. Tell people who you are.
Thanks, Kerry.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. My name is Noble Davis. I'm with Remax Supreme. Licensed in Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. Director of Commercial Real Estate Services for Remax Supreme.
Cool.
About 20 years, almost 20 years in the real estate business. Started out residential.
Okay.
Helping people buy and sell homes. Eventually had an opportunity to do some commercial work for a client who was disposing of his portfolio. He took a chance on me. I liked what I was doing. I learned a lot. I learned a great deal about how to do commercial, and I decided that would be my focus.
So when the opportunity presented itself, you took advantage of it, then you educated yourself to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, knowledge is power. It's a cliche, but it's so true.
Okay.
How are you going to convince somebody that you know what you're doing if you can't explain what it is that you do?
That's true.
All right. If you can't explain to them why they should do certain things, I mean, it's transparent. They can see right through you.
Especially
you can't. I'm old school, so you can't fake the funk. You have to know. You have to know what you're doing and be convincing about it. I mean,
when you sit in front of these business owners and you talking to man, they look right through you. They'll just stare you down. They know that you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, and they'll test you. And they'll throw something at you. They already know the answer to it, but they just want to see if you know what you're talking about.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
And it behooves you to know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, and me and Noble, we worked on some deals like multi-million-dollar deals, which was really, really cool. What's the difference, the biggest difference between commercial real estate and residential real estate?
The focus.
Okay.
The focus on residential is where somebody wants to live, raise a family. Their concerns are the neighborhood, the schools, the amenities, in close proximity to the neighborhood. But commercial, whether it's as an owner user, you're buying it to use it for your business, or as an investor, you're buying it to lease to somebody else to use. The focus is the bottom line. What's my return on my investment? That's the main difference is the focus, whether it's personal or whether it's strictly as an investment.
As an income generator.
As an income generating property. Yeah.
Cool. Now, I do a lot of investing as far as on the residential side, like wholesaling and rehab. Is it the same on the commercial side? Like if I wanted to wholesale a commercial deal or rehab a commercial project and sell it, is that feasible?
The process is the same, but again, the focus is different.
Okay.
residentially, fixing a flip, you're buying it at a certain discounted rate based on how much it costs to fix up and the after repair value. Some of that is germane to the conversation around commercial, but the end buyer is looking at it as a long-term investment, not necessarily to flip.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of commercial is a buy and hold proposition. How much can I generate per year over a certain period of time? Because most commercial investors are only holding properties for 5 or 10 years, and then they're looking to get out of it and then move on to something else.
That's an opportunity, guys. Like, find the people that's owned the commercial property for 10 years and see if they're willing to sell it. So,
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that's when you sit down, when a commercial agent or realtor sits down with a potential commercial buyer, you're looking at a 5 to 10 year, what we call pro forma. So they know what the acquisition parameters look like, but they've already projected a sales price at the end of the
10 years.
the holding period, whether it's a 5-year or 10-year hold.
Sweet.
So all of that is already looked at. Now you're going to take things into consideration, like inflation, whether there's escalation clauses. Like if you're holding a multifamily for 10 years and there's a 3% escalation on the rents, then you know pretty much going in what your rent could potentially be like 7 years from now. It's
Right.
a 10-year hold. So you factor those things in. And it all depends on, there's a lot. An hour doesn't do justice to the subject of
That we're talking about.
commercial real estate, but I can give you overviews.
Cool. Now, for those that got the small businesses like a daycare, a barber shop, a beauty salon, not a car wash, or something small like that, and they was looking for like a spot, would you be able to help them?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good portion of my business are small companies,
Okay.
salons, barbershops, restaurants, those sort of things. I mean, small restaurants. Yeah, that's a good part of what we do as
Restaurant.
commercial.
I do.
Yeah, as commercial realtors, that's a good part of what we do. We help people find locations to operate their business, their small business. A lot of it is startup business,
Okay.
which presents some additional challenges.
A risk.
Yeah, startups, especially if they don't have a track record.
Especially for restaurants too.
Restaurants, they have to show some sort of experience having owned and operate restaurants successfully.
Now that's a good question. Because coming from the residential side, people ask me all the time, okay, when I'm ready to buy a house, what is it that I need to prepare for? So on your end, commercial business, startup business, whether it's a
That's a great question.
hair salon, barbershop, hair shop, adult daycare center, what initially, if I want to start a business, what should I be prepared to sit down and have for you?
If it's first time around, obviously there's certain things that they're going to look for. And when I say they, I mean landlords.
Right.
Okay. Landlords want to see some sort of financial capabilities. If it's a startup, they're going to want to see and want some guarantees that whatever the cost to operate, you can carry over your startup period. Okay. If you're lucky enough to get the lease, they want to see that you can carry the lease for a certain period of time before you start making money. Because they know that if this is your first time,
Right.
that you don't have the clientele to
Right.
generate the kind of income that you need to carry the property. And not just the rent, the insurance, utilities, the cost of the fixtures, and all the costs that go into operating the business. They want to see that you can carry that for a certain period of time before you actually start making money.
Okay.
All right. Whether they it's all business. They might like you, they might feel good about you, but it's like, this is my property. I bought this property because I want to make some money. I make money by renting it out. If I rent it to you, I want to be sure that you can pay that rent.
Absolutely.
Not only pay the rent, but that you can sustain yourself, because I don't want 6 months from now you telling me that, I can't pay the rent anymore, so I have to go. And then you've got 2.5 years left on your lease that you're responsible for.
You can get sued for that, huh?
Oh, yeah, they're going to come after you. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not just going to let you go and say bye. It was nice knowing you. No, they want their money. They want their money. I mean, think of it. If you owned the property, you were leasing it out to somebody.
Yeah.
They have a 5-year lease. You want them to be able to pay that lease for 5 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, you already counted on that income.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So you can actually use commercial property in building that generational wealth then, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
So do you got guys you work with? Do you got like a training shop or something you put together to help people, that want to build generational wealth, or you willing to do something like that through
I have a team
Okay.
of professionals
Okay.
that cover most of the disciplines needed to make sure that you're on the right track.
Okay.
Accountants, attorneys, financial advisors, wealth strategists. I mean, all of those professions are crucial to make sure that you know what you're doing going in, know what you're doing during what I call your holding period,
Right.
and taking into consideration tax ramifications, which a lot of people you would think that you have to pay taxes on any income that you're generating, whether it's periodic income
All right.
or whether it's what I call disposition income, when you sell something, capital gains. That all goes into the level of return that you should already know going in that you can expect. I mean, if you don't take those things into account.
I already know. I didn't know
the
nothing about
surprise-
payroll taxes. I got shopped.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the ramifications when you don't take those things into account can be devastating. Not only to you as a business person in your current situation, but if you're trying to build a legacy
Right.
to leave to your heirs, all of that could go poof in a
Wow.
minute
Just
if
being
you don't
structured
take care
wrong.
of what it is that you need to take care of.
Because Harriet actually helped people, get set up for what was that? What was I'm thinking of? The assisted living program. The assisted living program.
Yeah.
So when on the commercial side, with you two working together, she helping them get set up and everything. If they go through,
you already have
get
me
all the
working
training.
with
Yeah. I'm like, hey man, I love this. But, it was like, will you be willing to team up with Harriet and help these people find a location because this is the great part about it. With the money that's being made off the individuals that's in the assisted living program, it would actually pay for the building or the commercial structure itself. Because
Right.
you're looking at maybe per person anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 per person a month.
No.
No,
How much
I
is
was
it?
like, that sounds high.
What was it?
No. For level 3, it's 19,000.
19,000.
For
Okay.
level 3, and that's somebody who's towards end of life. But that's a whole different arena because it depends. You're talking about family-owned assisted living in a house, where commercial would be a little different. And what I would think on commercial side, if somebody's owning assisted living, that would be a great thing to think of expanding and doing like adult daycare on the commercial side. And then you could not only have your folks at your assisted living, but then you could kind of outsource that out to other assisted livings to go, and that would be like a bigger expansion.
Okay.
Yeah, but the commercial component to all that you said is the building is generating income. So that's a commercial endeavor.
Sweet.
That's a commercial endeavor. And if it's done right, you can do very well because you have someone paying the cost to own and operate, plus you have a profit margin. I mean, it's a nice thing to do. You're providing a service, but at the end of the day, you want it to be profitable. So you need to make sure that going in, they say that that you make money on the purchase,
Oh, just like real estate.
just
yeah.
like real estate. You make money on the purchase because you know what your costs are, you know what the income, potential income is, and it's all about income versus costs and what your risk tolerance is. I mean, that's a whole nother subject, but you have to understand what your risk tolerance is before you make a purchase.
And that's where your expertise come in. Like instead of them going out and say, "Oh, I'm gonna run comps on this building, I'm gonna buy it," that's not gonna work. Huh?
No, no.
So you have to actually get with somebody that has
Yeah.
the knowledge of what you should be doing. So, guys, if you're thinking about or you want to get into the commercial real estate, are you open to working with people?
Oh, absolutely.
So-
I mean, that's what I do, and it's fulfilling work because at the end of the day, you're helping someone generate income
Right.
to do whatever it is that they want to do, whether
Mm.
it's helping to take care of the family, taking care of extended family, being able to do philanthropic work. I mean, all of it needs income. So, generate the income. You have options on how you want to use that income.
Sweet. Sweet. See, what else about commercial real estate we should know?
That it's not, a lot of people say I don't want to do commercial because I don't understand it. But it's
Right.
like anything else. If it's a goal of yours, then assemble the team to help you understand it. Talk to lending institutions, see if you're even in a position to go after a commercial property. Now, the asset classes that are involved in the world of commercial can be industrial, retail, residential, like multifamily.
Right.
The different asset classes, and some realtors focus on one of those asset classes. I consider myself a bit of a generalist. There's nothing I won't attempt to do, but those things that I'm not necessarily expert in,
Right.
I know enough to bring someone else in that
Find
has
an
that
expert.
expertise, and then we team up for a couple of reasons. One, I believe, as far as generating income for myself, that 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing.
Yep.
Okay, but then while you're doing that, you're also learning.
Right.
So the next time around, you feel more comfortable doing it yourself.
Earn while you learn.
Earn while you learn.
That's sweet. So let's talk about the multi-unit. You mentioned that. Get back to the traditional side of the real estate investing. What are some of the things as a real estate investor, if I wanted to get started investing in multi-units, what would be some of the things you would say, hey, do this before you go jump out there and start doing that?
A couple of things. We need to determine what kind of resources can you bring to bear
Okay.
on a purchase. That will determine how big a purchase or how
Okay.
small a purchase you need to focus on. Commercial multifamily is, as you know, more than 4 units.
Right.
Because 4 units you can go residential, FHA, but anything over 4 units, that's a commercial purchase.
Ah.
So down payment requirements are higher for a commercial purchase. You also have to know, why are you investing in real estate versus putting your money in some other income generating vehicle.
Okay.
And a lot of people have a hard time answering that question. It's interesting because that's one of the first questions that I ask people that I just met. Why are you interested in, as opposed to putting your money in stocks or bonds, And if I'm comfortable with why, then we can move on to more detailed conversation. But if they don't know why, other than the fact, well, I heard I can make a lot of money.
Right.
All right, well, we need to talk about that. All right, because if your risk tolerance is
Zero.
at a low level,
Right.
then you need to be in something a little safer.
Gotcha.
All right, something that you can be sure that you're going to get a certain amount, you know, in return for your investment.
Now, I don't know if you know this. DC and the Airbnb, do they consider that commercial once you start using it strictly for Airbnb?
Well, in that you need technically, you need a license,
Oh,
a
really?
business license.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys, pay attention to that. Listen to
Yeah.
this. You need. So that's
You're
DC or
supposed
just
to have a
Maryland?
business license.
Is that Maryland or DC?
As far as I know, every jurisdiction.
Every jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So if you're
But
doing the
since I live
Airbnb-
in D.C. and happen to have some personal knowledge about Airbnb,
Okay.
you're supposed to have a business license,
Wow. Wow. Okay.
and you're responsible for taxes on the income that's generated from your Airbnb.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with the legislation that's in front of the council
Right.
about
They're trying to get rid of it.
regulating Airbnb in the district. But they want to control Airbnb
Mm-hmm.
for various reasons. One of the main reasons, as stated, is that they feel that it takes away from the inventory of rental units for families that need rental units. And they feel that one way that owners are getting around being able to add their units to the supply of available rental units is that they're going through Airbnb. So what they're trying to do is limit it to one unit.
Oh, wow.
And there are certain other regulations that they're trying to enforce, is that it has to be in your primary residence, that you have to live in that primary residence, as opposed to,
Buying a building.
we own a house up here, and if we wanted to buy another, we have an Airbnb that's
Right.
part of our house. If we wanted to buy another property and use that for Airbnb, with the legislation that's being proposed, we wouldn't be able to do that without jumping through some hoops and I believe paying some additional fees and that sort of thing. And I think what precipitated that was that there was a guy, I think not too far from here, had a multifamily.
What
And
he
he was
did?
using all of the units in this multifamily for Airbnb.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So, and somebody complained about it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, somebody complained about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, I mean, I don't know all of the
Yeah, I knew
ins
that
and outs of it,
legislation,
but as an overview, they're trying to curtail the ability to own multiple units that are being used for Airbnb.
Well, speak on forced appreciation too, because I seen one down the street where they just took a normal home, right, and they went up a couple of levels and turned it into a condo, and you were saying, like, was it 4 units or less? It's FHA, and anything over 4 units you consider commercial?
I mean, it's not that you have to go FHA, but
Okay.
you have the option of going FHA, all right? Because you can go conventional on a
4-unit.
4-unit,
Right.
But you can speak to, what it means to go FHA or conventional. you know the ins and outs of that. Yeah, basically the down payment, requirements are a little heftier on conventional.
Yeah. Because I see these forced appreciations all around. I'm like, I never thought they'd convert them from regular residential to commercial. I never thought it just changed the whole zoning, right?
Yeah, but I think that's a little bit of a misnomer,
Okay.
forced appreciation, because you're actually adding square footage to
Right.
to a property. So if you're adding square footage to a property, then
It's worth
it
more.
should be appreciated.
Right.
Yeah, but a lot of residents are more concerned about the density surrounding where they live. That's why they're a little averse to pop-ups what they call,
Right.
adding another level or adding a penthouse to an
Just
existing.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, aesthetically, you know, they're they're not that fond of it, but even more so, it just means more people in a confined space.
Ah.
Parking considerations.
It's a pain always.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Petworth, so anybody knows anything
Hot
about
area.
Petworth.
Yeah, it's hot area.
Yeah, they're taking these attached row homes, digging down a little bit, adding a pop-up, turning them into 2, 3 condo units. Potentially, that's another 3, 4,
Yeah.
5 cars.
Oh.
So what does that do to the parking, especially if part of the construction of the condos doesn't include parking? Yeah. And then there's a push and pull on the amenities in the neighborhood. It helps the tax base of the city.
Right.
I'm sure
But as a
that
community,
doesn't hurt, but as a community, yeah.
stress on the community.
Yeah. And it's always a push and pull because some people consider that progress, and to a certain degree it is, because you're renovating older structures.
Mm-hmm.
So aesthetically, you may say that it looks better, but the downside is, you have a lot more people. You got to fight for parking. Got to wait online for the cafes and the restaurants. The lines at the shopping. At
Like where all these people
the
come from?
supermarkets. Yeah, it's like, well,
Gotta wait for the bike line. Oh, the
Yeah.
bikes are gone. I wait.
Yeah. Walk up to a bike ride. There are no bikes. I mean, we make light of it, but those are true considerations. Yeah.
I'm just laughing because I can already vision it. I see it. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, we just had one tear down in our neighborhood, and they created four condos, 4 2-level condos
Wow, off of one building.
off of one building. Yeah. So, that could be 4 2-level condos. Could be 8 people, 12 people, 16 people.
Well, speaking of condo conversions, it's a lot that goes into that. You able to help people in those want to get involved in, doing condo conversion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's the team that you assemble.
Right.
Finance person, an attorney that knows the condo conversion process that can help you with the documentation.
Okay.
Contractors, realtors, of course, and someone like myself that can help you with the initial analysis and give you an idea what your bottom line looks like. Because basically, when it comes down to it, that's what I do.
Right. So you're more like a consultant.
Yeah. But of course, I'm a realtor, so
Right. You're a real estate
I
consultant.
you buy a building and you got 10, 12 units. I want to market those 10, 12 units. So
But
I'll help
hey,
you buy it, but I also want to market it on the back end. So,
That makes sense, though. But what if you do a partnership? Like, hey, you consult, and we get paid and split the profits together.
50% of something is better than 100%
Man, I like
of
this
nothing.
guy. I like this guy. Now, are you willing to he said, guys, listen. He says he always willing to partner with you. He has the knowledge. So if you need a partner, he's willing. He's going to sit down. He's going to vet you, though. He's going to ask you that why. And if your why is not right, he's definitely not going to work with you. But are you willing to do some consulting? And of course, it's a fee for people that need consulting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How can they reach you?
Phone number, office number is 301 851 5140. Let me give you that again, 301 851 5140. My direct line, cell phone, is 202 409 6326. That's 202 409 6326. And if you want to email me, it's kind of long, but I'll repeat it a couple of times. My first name, Noble, Noble, D as in Davis, at Remax Supreme DMV, as in District, Maryland, Virginia, .com. So that's Noble D at Remax Supreme DMV.com.
Yeah, and don't reach out to them while I'm calling them guys, because I might have them tied up. We're working on some projects together.
Yeah. No, I can tell whoever's listening or seeing this that I get a call, or email from you at least 3-4 times a week. But it's good. It's good.
It's true. I'm always on the phone with them.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
no.
that's my go-to, man. Anything in the real estate, commercial side, I'm like, I got to call Noble.
Yeah, and I'm sure you could verify this, that it's this business is a numbers game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so the more opportunities that come your way,
Yep.
if you're only closing 10-15% of it,
Yeah.
I mean, then you should be doing okay.
And that guy's list too. He says it's a numbers game. I know for first-time investors, you got to sit in front of at least 30 people pretty much before you get a deal. So don't get discouraged. You sat in front of 20 people, you haven't got a deal. Just say, man, think back. I only got 10 more people to that deal. But the same with commercial. I'm calling this guy every day till I'm keep doing until something stick, because I know at the end of the day, when that big check come in at the end of the day, because, man.
Yeah, I mean, just like from a wholesaler's point of view,
Right.
how many offers do they make on properties before they get one?
I think I was like, you should be making at least 5 offers a day.
Yeah.
So you looking at 5 a day times, just say 5 days. That's 25 offers a week.
Right.
Easy.
Exactly.
50 offers in 2 weeks, 100 offers a month. That's a lot of offers.
Yeah, it's a numbers game.
And that's it. Activity.
Right.
Cool. You should actually start a school, a training academy. Will you
Man,
come? You willing to come work with I Go to One Realty and Maryland House Pros, and we start some type of some training academy, or we squeeze you into what we already teach on the investing side. You just add the commercial side to it.
You know, I'm with Remax Supreme at the moment.
No, I'm talking about as an individual. I'm not talking about as a business side. We would love to have you come join us on this side. But
I'm happy and satisfied where I am.
right.
However, there's no reason that we can't partner on opportunities, whether it's training, whether it's consulting, whether it's investing, whether it's lead generation, because
Yeah.
you know, when you're in this business, unless you're generating leads,
Right, you did.
you know, to sit back and wait for stuff to come your way, you know, what happens if the phone doesn't ring? So you have to make that phone ring.
We already know the leads sometime to come to us. They've been traveled around the world like a million times, and by the time we get them, they're worth
How
it.
many times have you gotten the same lead from like 5 or 7 different sources?
A lot. I remember,
A lot.
I remember we used to send out deals, and like 2 weeks later, they write back, "Oh, I got this exclusive deal. Nobody else knows about this." You're like, "What?
Yeah.
Like, didn't we just put this out there?" Like,
Yeah, and it comes back at $200,000 more than than you originally got it at. So you know people are putting something on top of it. But
Speaking of that, guys, if any commercial buyers are out there, we do have off-market deals. We do have off-market deals. We actually high-end real estate deals too. So if you guys are real estate investors, you will be vetted. You know, and wholesalers, you know, if you have those guys, you can bring them to us and step out the way, and we're not going to take your money. We just need you out the way. You will get paid, but we will vet your people. So if they real and they serious, we do have off-market deals, but they for people that got the type of money to close, because they high-end deals, really sweet deals though.
yeah, and then you have to pull the trigger on those kinds of deals pretty quickly. So
Right.
you have to
So
already
they-
be ready.
They have to be liquid, you know. So if we had a deal fall apart where you know the people was actually getting a loan and they couldn't wait on the loan to go through, so they went on to somebody that was liquid. And they actually bought the property.
Well, what do you recommend to people in situations like that? I mean, would you recommend pulling a deal, paying cash, and then leveraging it after you've already taken control of it?
Yes.
By
Yeah,
getting a
that's the
mortgage
best
on
way
it?
to do it. Yeah. You do your due diligence way before you actually, you know, put your money and go get the property. That way, when you do take it down, like you said, you can do a cash out or whatever you need and to use that money for other things. So it's so many different ways, especially with the commercial. I mean, you can actually, which is crazy, you can actually go to a bank now. You can actually talk to them about buying a commercial deal where you don't even have a commercial space, you don't have a deal, you don't know what you want, and have everything ready. right? So by the time the deal presents itself, and it's crazy, you'd be surprised. Your credit can be terrible, but if you got a great deal on the table, and you walk in there and say, "Hey, I'm buying this $4 million property, and they let me have it for $700,000, and my credit shot, and I don't have no money," you think the bank gonna say no to that? Not at all. They will. They will lend you the money to purchase that property.
Yeah, and if it's not a bank, it's a private lender. As long
Right.
as the deals
Don't-
make sense.
Yep.
As long as the deal makes sense and there's a return, a comfortable return
That's a sweet
for
deal.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deal will get done. You
And-
just have to know where to go.
Yep, private money too. You look at the private money lenders. There's a lot of private money stay within the laws of the Dodd-Frank. But it's a lot of private lenders out here. Just go to Google and Google private lender, or go to LinkedIn and Google private lender, and give them guys a call. Have a conversation with them, because if you really see a deal, and you call Noble and he sit down with you and say, "This is a deal. How you gonna finance it?" Now you done talk to this private lender that I go to one realtor to finance these deals. You can call and say, "Hey, I got this deal. It's been vetted by the expert. I need to move quickly." And these guys, mostly private money lenders, are liquid, so you won't miss out on those deals. But definitely private money. Hard money is a little different, but private money, is really the way to go. And the
Yeah.
one thing I always tell guys too, look for private money lenders just like you look for deals. And they out here all over the place. So that way you get somebody else putting up the money. Don't worry about what they're making off the money. As long as it makes sense to you financially, don't worry about what they're making. And it's a win-win for everybody.
Yep, that's the only way a deal is going to get done. If it's a win-win for everybody, it can't be one-sided.
Nah.
It can't.
Nah.
It just won't. It just won't happen.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And partnerships too, so if you want those partnerships where you say, "Hey, let's partner on this deal, your expertise, my money, and at the end of the day we split the profit," you can't win too.
Yeah, you had asked a question early on. What's the difference between commercial and residential?
Right.
A lot of times, from a lending perspective, if the building is already generating
Income.
that's going to weigh more heavily than if it's vacant,
Gotcha.
right? Because then they're using
The history.
the history, they're using the income that's already being generated to qualify the deal. That's from a lender's perspective. Now, you're still going to have skin in the game,
Okay.
but the fact that it's a performing asset, all right, the banks or the lenders will look more favorably upon it, as opposed to buying a vacant building that needs renovation and all of that. All of that is projection, but when you have history or you have existing income going in, the banks look more favorably upon it. Yeah.
Man, I want 2 hotels, at least like 1,000 units or more. One for my son, one for my daughter, and I really want them down in the Miami area. So, but can you help me with that? I'm serious. You laugh.
I tell people, if I can't find it, it's not because
We gonna
I didn't
build
look.
it, huh?
Right. If I can't find it, it's not because I didn't look hard for it. But in situations like that, obviously I have access to real estate platforms where buyers and sellers kind of transact business. But then you have a network of people that you can call, say, "This is what I'm looking for."
Relationships.
Yeah, relationships. And, if you have to do a referral, or the bottom line is get the job done.
Gotcha.
Because once you get the job done, you have a check mark next to that win column,
Mm-hmm.
then more business will come your way, because you're a proven commodity, that you can
So what we do,
execute
we'll
deals.
go in on the deal together, and we'll split the profit for 20 years. After 20 years, you drop off, and my kids take. Me and you drop off, and the kids take over. That's the deal.
Yeah, especially if no money's coming out of my pocket.
No,
on the front
hey,
end. If all you're using is my expertise and knowledge, and I have equity participation, we can do that.
So guys, you listen. I'm just trying to prove a point. There's so many ways to do a deal
Right.
where you don't really need to bring anything to the table. When somebody
Yeah.
first told me you don't need no money to do real estate, get out of here. I'm like, really? But don't be afraid to jump into these commercial deals, because as you see, it's so many different ways to get these deals financed, and I'm quite sure if you run across a deal that you truly want, and Noble can find somebody to find this guy, man. We ain't gonna talk about his wealth, but he can find somebody to find, and he's well connected throughout the world, not just in the D.C. area. He's well connected throughout the world. So a good deal, and you need something, he can find the right people to finance it for you. I know he can.
I'm laughing because if I could only live up to half of your billing, man, I'm going to be pretty. But listen.
You
it's
just
all,
humble
It's all
guy.
about knowing what you know,
Mm-hmm.
leveraging that, but also understanding what you don't know. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we talked about that.
if something comes your way and you're not sure about it, I mean, as long as you know who to go to get those answers, you can do pretty much anything you want to do, and that's how I approach what I do. I mean, somebody looking for $300,000 square foot industrial property. If I've never done one, I know who to call.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I refer it out.
Still
Learn,
get paid.
earn while you learn.
Earn while you learn. I love it.
Yeah,
Other
yeah,
people's knowledge, right?
Yeah. So,
Just leveraging
after
other
20
people.
years in the business, you tend to know a lot of people, so you know who to call in pretty much every situation.
20
So
years.
if you wanted
man.
to buy something in Tahiti, I can put you in touch with somebody. That doesn't mean I know the market.
Hey, you probably
but-
sell me one of your properties. Like, I'm trying to liquidate this golf club over to you.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of like I said, knowing what you know, knowing what you don't know, and being able to reach out to people that you know.
Sweet. We need a commercial aspect, so we gonna work together. We can always work
Yeah,
together.
there's always ways to
Build
work
that
together.
commercial guy. So we need those hotels. You want one too?
Oh, sure.
So
Yeah,
Of course.
1,000 room.
You get a hotel.
Yeah,
At least 500 rooms.
I don't know. Trump might be in position to sell you something soon.
I don't know. There's a reputation. I need income generated. People might stop coming to that hotel.
I know those are stigmatized
Right.
properties, right?
I start to lose money.
Yeah.
Oh man, what else you got for us today, Missouri?
Oh, actually, want to let everyone know that William Jefferson has a open house at 5812 Glendale Place in Clinton, Maryland. So if you can stop by, definitely stop by. It's today at 1:00, and we'll be heading out there when we leave. And Carrie has
Tickets. Don't tell them what they is. I'm giving away how many? We got limited amount. 1, 2, 3, 6. First 6 people show up, get these tickets. These tickets, they free from me to you. Say admit one. I'm giving away tickets. We giving away. It might be $1,000, $2,000 worth of tickets. Just one might be. We ain't gonna say what they is. You got to show up. Where they got to show up to get these tickets?
5812 Glendale Place in Clinton, Maryland, between the hours of, well, how long are you going to be there? Because it starts at 1, and we probably won't get there maybe about 1:45, 1:30ish, depending on traffic, since we're coming from downtown D.C.
Well, they got to sign it. Once they sign in, we'll take all the names from the sign in. We'll put them in a raffle, and we'll make sure you get these tickets. These are for New Year's Eve too, so you might want to grab one of these.
Yeah, great tickets. Some great acts are on this ticket, so definitely come out. Not only for the tickets, but definitely to see the property. It's a beautiful property, ready to go, marketed good, and priced right.
You have any properties, anything available right now? No.
Not at the moment. I mean, everything I have is under contract.
Sweet. That sound good. Under contract.
Hope to fill up that pipeline for the first quarter. That's part of my efforts going into the new year.
Okay.
Most of what I'm working on now is helping buyers identify and execute some commercial purchases and development purchases. Have people with money looking to invest in development.
Like guys, you're listening to. You got people with money,
looking for developments, looking for opportunities.
like land and different opportunities.
Land, existing projects where the owner or developers may be having a challenge executing the development. They may have run out of funds and have stalled the project.
Right.
Yeah, I have access to folks with money looking to help out in situations like that.
I think I might have a lead for you too. We can call them right before we leave. Yes, because these guys stalled on a project and they just want to get out and move on to their next deal.
Right, right. And the project doesn't have to be necessarily in the DMV.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you nationwide,
Nationwide.
guys, you listening to that? Nationwide, it doesn't have to be in the
Nationwide.
DMV.
And that's one of the things I like about commercial is the fact that even though I'm licensed in Maryland, D.C., and Virginia,
Right.
I have a national focus
Okay,
because opportunities exist everywhere.
gotcha.
And as long as you're licensed, then you're legally entitled to draw a commission by referral.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if it's not in your market, but you need the license first in order to legally
Cool.
earn a commission.
And Noble got guys. He got guys that looking to develop nowhere, no matter where it is in the country. If it makes sense, these guys are willing to do that deal, right?
Yeah, if it makes sense, and that's the caveat
Right.
to
So hey,
all investment efforts is, does it make sense?
right.
It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make dollars and cents. You know?
Cool.
Yeah.
So, hey,
And-
guys, if you know somebody that's sitting on commercial deals, you know somebody halfway to a deal, they can't finish, run it by them. Let them analyze it for you. Like, I'm quite sure he's willing to, compensate you in some way, give you a referral fee or marketing fee or something for bringing them that deal. Or maybe you guys can partner on the deal and do the deal yourself. So, if you know of a deal, definitely call them and run it by them and see if it's something they can do. It's worth trying, right?
Yeah, yeah. And again, I can't stress enough that it has to make sense, but
Right.
I can help you determine whether it makes sense or not.
Oh man, just call me at the end of the day with like, man, guess what? We be laughing. We be laughing on the phone.
Listen, the other night we had a clear example of a deal not making sense. You remember that?
Oh man, it's like
Yeah, it's
what?
like, this is how much it costs. This is the after repair value. This is how much
Oh, I
it's
remember
going to
that.
cost to get it
Oh,
to market value.
that's what-
okay.
that was
So how much is left? What was it? $20,000.
Only ticket was.
That probably would have gone to the hard money lender, right? So and that's what I mean by
man.
it has to make sense. I mean,
Oh, we laughing. I'm
yeah,
sorry, guys.
if
we
the
laughing.
return is not there,
That
then
deal
it
was
doesn't make
hilarious.
no, it was.
That-
But you have to learn. These are young guys that.
But
Just
I
getting
was
their
so
feet
proud
wet.
because they actively doing something though. They
Exactly.
actually in the game,
Yeah.
but they gonna learn. I bet you next time they come, they not gonna bring something back that looks like that. They probably gonna actually come with a deal because they're hungry and they out there. I know people have been trying to do this for months and haven't gotten one deal.
Yeah.
And these guys actually got a deal. It's not gonna close without them going underwater. But they got, they got activity. What's this? Just like you said, what's this? Activity. It's a numbers game.
Yeah, it's a numbers game, and then somebody's going to take those young guys under their wing.
Yeah, we actually
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit down and talk to them and help them mentor since they they actually doing stuff. I'm just giving some points and tips and
Yeah.
hey, this what you're looking for.
Yeah, but had they not had the courage to get up there and present,
Right.
they would have never found somebody to help them
Yeah.
move forward, making sense out of this
That whole
what I call game.
game. It's a
Yeah.
rewarding game though.
Yeah,
right?
oh man, I love it.
A
I love
rewarding
it.
game. You tell people Noah play golf with the presidents and everything, man. Knows. So if you want to meet any of the presidents, call Noble, but call him on a commercial deal first, because until he do that commercial deal, he's not going to introduce you to his people. Oh man, we're
Yeah.
about to close. Any closing remarks?
Well, thank you so much.
Well, let's let Noble say his closing remarks.
Never played golf with a president. Full disclosure.
Denial. He's
Yeah,
like,
maybe presidents of clubs, but not presidents of.
I didn't say other country. I just
Yeah,
said
no,
president.
you didn't. No, you didn't, and I appreciate that. I don't have to try and live up to that one. Not yet, anyway. Love to, but yeah, I love what I do. I love what I do, and the most fulfilling thing is to help somebody realize a real estate objective. Whether it's, I still do some residential because having been in the business for 20 years almost. I have a portfolio of past clients that they call and still ask for help residentially. So,
Right.
I tend to do those because
that
they're like
relationship.
they're like family. So it's like, it's a relationship. But my focus is primarily commercial, helping people identify, analyze opportunities with a focus on what their bottom line is going to be to generate periodic income with the objective of having something to leave to future generations.
Ain't that sweet?
Yeah.
That legacy, right?
Yeah. So that's fulfilling work, and the fact that I can do it and being able to take care of my family is a bonus as well.
Cool.
It definitely has been a pleasure to have you come on and share your wealth of knowledge about commercial real estate and real estate in general, and touch on some of the tidbits of what is needed to get a commercial deal. So, guys, if you're out there and you're interested in buying in commercial real estate or real estate, please give Noble Davis a call, and we hope you'll join us again. And we look
I'd love to.
forward to partnerships with you and picking your brain with knowledge.
Actually, let's come back and talk about some of the deals. So we'll get you back when we talk about some of the deal structure. So we'll,
That's a good idea.
yeah, we talk
That's a
about
good
some of the
idea,
deal
'cause
structure.
we can call it the anatomy of a deal.
Right. See, there you go, guys. So look out when that's coming next year. The anatomy of a deal. So we'll talk about the deal structure. And guys, I'm gonna see if I can get Noble to actually come to my Thursday Power Up Happy Real Estate Happy Hour.
Right.
Because it's an hour, 2 hours is not enough time to sit down with this guy. Like I said, the fact that he took time out of his busy day, really appreciate you,
My
coming
pleasure.
in.
My
I mean,
pleasure.
guys, it's priceless. I price the knowledge that he has. If you were to get it from anybody else, it would be extremely costly. So, definitely he's willing to talk to you. Initial consultation is free, but he won't let you get his time for free. Nobody's entitled to no one's time for free. But that initial consultation, give him a call. If you say that initial consultation, see if it's something that you guys can work together. Because I'm telling you, this is the guy to know as far as commercial, as far as real estate, as far as knowing people. Because he got people that's looking for deals nationwide, and I can vet. These guys got money that can close. They looking for commercial deals. They just looking for the deal, and the money is not going to be an object for them. They can actually close a deal. Let's talk about the open house again. Where's the open house before we go?
The open house today is at 5812 Gwendale, GWYNNDALE Place, Clinton, Maryland, 20735. And it starts at 1, ends at 4. And Carrie has some great giveaways.
Some New Year's Eve tickets. You come out. I only have 6. The first 6 people to go out and sign in, and from 1 to 4, we'll put your name. We'll give you the ticket. First 6 people show up. We're giving away them tickets. We got some more gifts too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Come out and you.
We ain't gonna talk
get
about, but it
some
might
door
be
prizes.
like $200, $300. You never know till you show up. So
Well,
thank you.
William Jefferson is the realtor
He's the
there, so he
agent.
has some great door prizes as well.
Okay, sweet. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking time out your busy Sunday to join us. Hope you enjoyed the show. And peace and love. We out. Peace. Get a piece. Love it.